To find out how food insecurity affects our community and some ways to improve our community's access to food, I talked to Dr. Jessica Karoom, food insecurity expert and Grow Together Texas creator, about the insecurity here in Lubbock and her advice. Could families best take advantage of a garden like yours or, Red Raider Food Pantry, all those?
Right. So, quick clarification. I would actually say that a food swamp is probably pretty common in a lot of different areas, Lubbock included, in that we've, unfortunately, market forces have created these situations where fast food is the only thing available in some neighborhoods. And I say available meaning it's what's available quickly and easily if you have any kind of transportation issues. And so we have families, we have houses where they either have one car between, multiple adults or even no cars. And so if the closest grocery store in your method of transport is a bus, that can really add up on your time. It can really, really diminish your ability to get stuff. So, and the numbers for that, I don't have off the top of my head, but I know you can find transportation numbers and adults. It's like households with one car. Those are all measures of low socioeconomic status, and we've got several neighborhoods, I'm sure, that meet those criteria. So that being said, these solutions like the community garden or I should say community gardens and food pantries are, they're stopgaps. They're they're Band-Aids for a situation that is pretty stressful. And ideally, families could hopefully find resources between these two things and more, like the food bank, and be able to come up with more healthy options. All those things take time as well, and if you're working several jobs, you might not have time. If you haven't had a chance to have a lot of education or interest in healthy foods, you also might not be able to really take advantage of that. So it's a Band-Aid, but it's something. And it honestly, neither, I think, is sufficient, to be honest. I don't think just the pantry is great. I don't think just the garden is great. I really feel like both are somewhat helpful, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that does. Thank you. So for people wondering how to eat cheap, healthy meals, because fresh produce has a shorter lifespan than the, obviously some of the other foods that you could get, you mentioned. But so for just people wondering how to eat those meals, what would you recommend they do then? Garden or just basically just how to stretch their produce?
Several things. One is there are some convenience foods that you can up the nutrition on. And so if you are time-starved, it could be a way to increase nutrition. So, for example, macaroni and cheese, boxed mac and cheese, that kind of thing, like adding frozen peas to it. Frozen peas are a really affordable thing that either could be purchased at a grocery store or maybe they have a catch of the day at the food bank, so that might be an option. It might be something that comes in one of those boxes. Frozen foods, I think, are a very convenient thing that could come in those food boxes that would help improve nutrition. As far as fresh produce, the other thing I like to do, and I think is a really affordable option, honestly, is anything with eggs. And so eggs and Swiss chard from our garden, or spinach, which are both available right now at the Roots Booker T. Washington Garden. And I don't know off the top of my head about the heart of Lubbock Garden, but there might be some greens there as well. So kind of adding anything seasonal to, a scrambled egg, or I like to teach in some of the classes I've done, I do an egg in a mug. And so, and it's really easy for, I try and do it in middle school age groups or high school, right? Just crack an egg into a coffee mug, put it in the microwave for a minute. It might take a little extra if you put something like, chopped tomatoes in there, because that's going to be extra water. But yeah, those kinds of options are very affordable and very quick to be able to eat. So